Hi, everybody. Okay, so I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, you know what? A lot of us women have a lot of secrets, and maybe we should inform some of you guys what we think as women we find attractive, besides just your looks and whatever. So, I just wanted to share with you guys a few things. And I don't care if you don't want to listen, maybe you should. It's good advice. And no, I'm not going to play the guitar. I was going to, but then I thought, you know what? I'm going to try this YouTube thing, go live, and see actually if, there's people out there that actually give a crap about our opinions, anyways. So here we go. Okay. These are 12 qualities that make a man hot, besides his looks. Now, qualities like intelligence, ambition, to dominance and wisdom can all make an average looking guy instantly hot. That's no bullshit. So, here are the best qualities that make men irresistible. And you guys should maybe write this down just for shits and giggles. Who knows? You might actually learn something today. So, here we go, okay? Um, there's nothing more sexy than seeing a man chase his dreams. It's inspiring. Not to mention, it's extremely hot. So, number one, ambition is sexy. A man with a plan and purpose is damn hot. Just saying. Think about it just for a few seconds. You know, where he goes in life, what he does, it's sexy, right? Plan, right? A guy who can laugh at himself and effortlessly make you laugh without offending anyone is the kind of man that, everybody or every woman wants. We like to have a good laugh here and there, you know? We're not always crude bitches, you know what I mean? And like Marilyn Monroe once said, if you can make a woman laugh, you can make her do anything. And that's true. It is. I'm not shitting you. Unless it's like, terrible. Don't make somebody do something stupid. Okay, so number three. Um, he's a listening ear, which means finding a man who is willing to listen, respect, and hear you out is a man worth investing in. Relationships are all about teamwork. If he is not willing to support you, then you've got nothing. So it's up to you, ladies, to be picky nowadays. Guys, guys, like a good looking face. And you know how I know? Because I'm plastered all over frickin' Google. And I have to say, if it wasn't for like lenses and everything else and whatever else that, fancy photographers do with your pictures, um, you know, I'm just saying, just, just letting you know. So number four, he's dominant, but not the, intimidating kind. We're talking about the decisive kind of man who knows what he wants, the type of guy who is willing to stand by you no matter what and look after you, you know, just as you would for them, correct? And ladies, if you do, hold on to him because those are very rare. let me tell you, I've had terrible luck, and I could I could work two jobs, I could do whatever, and you know what? I always thought it was me. And funny thing is, it was usually them. Who fucking knew? Anyways, number 5, he has to be loving. A man can tell, you know, um, a man can tell you 150 times that he loves you, but to actually love you, like to show it. Um, a lot of guys like to cover that up and go, "Yeah, okay, baby, I love you too. Yeah, ditto." Really, are you gonna pull that crap? Saying "I love you" is gonna take a little bit more than just "yo, baby" or "ditto." It doesn't work anymore. You gotta put some like convincing into your show business, there, gentlemen. But ladies, honest. Is he affectionate? Is he comforting? Reassuring? Like those are necessary things. And who doesn't like to get kissed and cuddled? But the thing is, anybody can kiss and cuddle you. Just what's backing that? Correct? What is backing that? An empty, or does it actually mean something? Number 6, is he a passionate person? There's always something captivating about a passionate man, whether it's like sports, books, whatever, um, or even if he loves to talk about politics. But I mean, to have a passion for something at least. Um, it reflects his values and, most importantly, his self assurance. That's right. So, it's kind of important. Passionate guys are sexy. They are. I don't care what you guys say. I'm telling you, I had to write this list because this is the honest shit and truth. And and trust me, in university, when I went to university, I studied all kinds of things because you know what? I wanted to know what ultimate pleasure was. And I'm still on that mission. But the point is, I know it's out there. And I know it is. If we can think about it, then I know for a fact that it exists. Just like God. Same thing. Everybody talks about him. Have you actually ever seen him? No. But there is, a theory that he does exist. So guess what? Same thing with ultimate pleasure. Just saying, I don't know. Number 7. He's a bit of a nerd. Okay, and I'll explain this. Um, we might have, have this thing about nerds in high school and whatever else, right? Might have picked on them. But you know what? They grow up. And intelligence is very valuable nowadays. Trust me. Men who are intelligent are more likely to be successful in all areas of their life. And besides that, there's nothing worse than a guy not getting, you know, your jokes or is just too dumb to understand anything. You don't want that. He can look good all he wants, but the thing is, if he doesn't have a brain, are you really going to enjoy that? Probably not. Just saying. Probably not. Reason being is women nowadays have to be picky because there's a lot of stupid people in the world. And trust me, um, I've bumped into a lot of them. Not shitting you. Number 8. These are interesting because this is not just coming from me, but it's coming from hundreds of other women. Hundreds. Number 8 is spontaneous. Is he spontaneous? Because, being spontaneous is spice to life. If you want to give up everything and just go cruising on a ship or on a boat for no reason at all, just whatever. Just because you're bored, that's being spontaneous. If you go for a picnic and whatever, decide, gonna get naked and have sex in the trees or whatever, you know what I mean? That's being spontaneous. Um, is he a true gentleman? FYI, women don't like assholes. Yeah, we don't. Um, that bad boy look and everything else. Okay, it might turn some chicks on, but usually if it does, well, what do they got upstairs? Just saying. Um, and this doesn't mean like look for Mr. Prissy either, because those jocks are. It's time to move on. Okay. um, they might have looked good in high school. They might, whatever. They might look good in a pair of whatever tight pants football players do use, whatever the F they do. Okay, point is, you could look good, but if you're not enjoying, and I don't mean you have to open the door for a woman all the time, but it's not just opening doors, but I mean, like being caring for yourself, um, stuff like that. And I don't mean flowers either. Flowers are kind of boring. Why? Because everybody brings flowers to what? Everything. Birthdays, funerals, weddings, blah, blah, blah. Saying I'm sorry for Valentine's Day. So, flowers are kind of overrated. Kind of got boring. I'm not lying. It's the honest truth. They are. Be spontaneous. Do something nice. Write a freaking poem. Do something, right? Why not? Has anybody ever tried it? Or flowers are just going to do? Flowers? Wow. To heck with flowers. Sorry, everybody that owns a flower shop, but flowers are boring. Is he selfless? A man who isn't consumed by his own problems and status and actually makes an effort to put everyone else before him. Oh, geez, that one's a good one, isn't it? Yeah, you know why? Because for a change, there's other people on the planet too. No way. Yeah, not shitting you. Yeah. I thought, being popular in high school and everything else, and, have all friends and, popular at a party, and it's all effing important, right? Everything has to be perfectly done, whatever, primed. Your boyfriend has to be hot. Everybody, you know what? It doesn't work that way. Because later in life, you realize that was the stupidest thing you could have done. And if you're still with your high school sweetheart, okay, all to you, you got lucky. But unfortunately, I'm sure there's been a bumpy side road or two. And side road, I mean, I'm sure one of you have cheated once or twice, or still cheating. Because that's what happens. I don't know why, but it's inevitable. It happens. Trust me. Anyways, also, what we find is hot is a guy that's wise. A guy has, a good perspective on life and has, been through hell and back, and, you know, and can talk about it, and, gives good advice. That's being wise, not a wise ass. There's a pretty big difference. Also, this is a big one because most of us women have kids. Well, my kids are kind of old enough to fend for themselves. But, anyways, a lot of women have young kids. Um, so, if the guy can be comfortable around those kids and, like sit down and actually talk with them, you know, show like somewhat of an effort, yeah, that's genuine. Because if you can blend in with our kids, that's one step closer. Just saying. Um, and kids know when you're faking it. So, like, when you go up to them and go, hey, and you're trying to buy them or you're trying to do something, they know, man. And they're going to take it and they're going to freaking soak you dry. They're going to take your money, they're going to do whatever. And at the end, they're just going to say, Mom, that guy's real effing asshole. I don't like him. Kids are like pets. They can smell fear and they can smell bullshit. And they're especially good because you're the mom. They're not going to want you to be with some asshole because then they have to deal with it. So, listen to your kids because they're the ones that are going to save your ass from making a huge mistake with Mr. Hot Pants there that has no inkling on life, on kids, anything. He just looks good. Sure, he might be good in bed, but how long is that going to last? Probably not very long. You know why? Because usually down the road, there's that little blue pill, and that messes up everything too. But I have stuff like that in my podcast for guys who need the blue pill. Um, I have great fixes for that. Oh yeah, I went to university. I'm not bullshitting you. I went to university to study ultimate pleasure. I did. Why? Because I wanted to know what it was. I wanted to know if it even exists. And it has to. If God exists, so does that. So, I'm still on that mission and I'm going to succeed before I die, anyways. I don't care how long it takes me. I'm going to find it. And, yeah, you should have a listen to some of my podcasts because everybody will benefit. And I mean everybody. Because everybody has like a 2x4 stuck up their butt and everybody's just miserable. But if you have at least one or two of our orgasms a day, a lot of us could change the world. Not shitting you. It might be funny, but you know what? It's the honest truth because when you're satisfied, you're happy. When you're happy, a lot of things go right, don't they? Now, when you're miserable, a lot of things go wrong. And a lot of things go wrong. And it's contagious. So, pass a smile on, have an orgasm. Even if you have to do it by yourself, who cares? Why do you think I went blind? Anyways, I'm out of here. I'm gonna wake up my neighbors playing guitar. You betcha. Uh, I got pretty good. It's funny what you can do when you put your mind to it. And trust me, I can entertain myself and thousands of others. But anyways, uh, look for me. You should find me on Anchor or Spotify. Um, I've changed the name a few times because I'm just never happy with that. So, since I own it, it's mine, I'm going to do whatever the F I want. So now it's called Deep Pleasures. So have a listen. I dare you. Maybe you might learn something. Who knows? I know I do. I learn something every day. Every day. I do. Maybe you guys should too. But anyways, I'm out of here. I I got some business to do. Got some neighbors to wake up. But anyways, it's a pleasure. I hope you guys take my advice. If not, whatever. Sucks to be you. You'll never know what ultimate pleasure is, and you'll never find happiness in your life because listening to somebody who actually knows a little bit more than you do kind of helps once in a while. We all don't want to face that, but we all don't know everything, right, sweetheart? And it does help once in a while. So take somebody's advice and, you know, try out some of these things, especially us women. We have to be more cautious because there are more assholes out there than there are good people. So when you do find one, hang on to him or her and treat them good. Because if you don't, you'll pay for it later. Trust me. I've learned my lessons. So, adios, everybody. Have a great effing morning. I know I'm going to. Gonna plug in my guitar here and wake up the neighbors. Because it's time. Shouldn't piss your neighbor off. Because you know what happens? This is what happens. That's what you get for being an asshole. See? Now I can return the favor. So, have a good morning, everybody. Peace out. I hope. If not, go jerk off or go chooch for a while. It'll make you happy. It does.